Hey guys, what's up? It's James. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm here with an extra special guest. This is Jess, one of our amazing students, and what I wanted to do was just interview Jess a little bit and talk about where she came from, what she got started with in e-commerce and the program, some of the best things that she's learned, any lessons she could share with you, and just kind of go through what you've done and see if we can take anything away for the audience. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna open up the floor to you. So tell us a bit about you. Where are you from? What do you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a airline agent at Perth Airport, and I was part-time, and I just really wanted something else on the side. I knew my potential and I wasn't quite reaching it. And I just really wanted to expand my skills and learn about the e-commerce industry.
Awesome. And was this your first time actually going into the online space itself?
This was the very first time, yeah. So I was very nervous to start this one. I reached out to you on Instagram, and it's the best thing I've ever done. It's awesome how quickly and how many skills you can learn in such a short amount of time, and the support and whatnot's been unbelievable. Absolutely amazing.
Okay, cool. So I guess starting from, you work at the airport, right? You got a good job. You also have a very interesting thing on the side. You're also a voice actor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I am a voice actor part-time as well. A lot of it's more for hobby and for fun, but I do get paid the occasional whatchamacallit as well. Like I get jobs with that too from my agent. But yeah, no, absolutely love voice acting. It's one of my biggest passions. So having an online presence and whatnot has been a real passion of mine as well. So yeah,
I love that. I love that. I'd be curious to know, because some people know I'm actually a very big creative. Some people do, some people don't realize it, but I'm massively into, since growing up, I was into music and magic. I was a dancer. I did all kinds of different things.
You're a dancer?
Yeah, I did everything. It was a bit ridiculous at one point. Yes. So music, drama, magic, like you name it. Kung Fu as well for a while. I was very much just like creating and learning. That was my thing. And so even now, it's something that's a big part of my life. And one of the reasons why I kind of got into making money online was because I wanted to be able to have an income stream so that I could be comfortable and safe and have an income so that I could go do those things. Yeah. And for a lot of people, maybe don't believe, that it's true, but a lot of the time, if I'm not doing online stuff, I'm watching films or I'm making music or I'm just doing things that are a bit nerdy, but I'm a creative, that's what I love to do. Yeah. And so for you, was that similar in a way?
100% the exact same situation, because I've always wanted the freedom to be able to do my voice acting and do like films and whatnot, but I've just not had the time or the freedom or the money to do it. So having something like ecom on the side gives me it opens so many doors for me with the creative industries as well. It's fantastic. Really,
and it's sort of like acting and doing anything sort of in the arts. Like you can have huge, ginormous months, cash flow wise. You can have completely Sahara dry months, right? Depending on what opportunities you get, right? Yeah,
100%. So it has its moments. Like I suppose like any industry, any business. But I think it's really important that you focus on what you can do, and you just reach for it, reach for the stars. It's 100%. Awesome, yeah.
I love it, and it's good to see that you looked for a way to get some extra money coming in so that you can do those things you enjoy, which is great.
Yeah.
And so I guess in that case, before we spoke on Instagram and you got into the Ecom Boss program and started learning, did you look into any other models or avenues before that?
I did, yeah. So I did have a quick look on YouTube. I went for every single channel you can probably think of out there, and I was like, is this too good to be true? Sure enough, it was.
Right,
and,
of course.
I tried setting up, the Shopify and my own business by myself, and it was a real struggle because, of course, you bump into little roadblocks, and you need somebody there to help you through those roadblocks. I was completely on my own, and it was the first kind of time I wanted to do ecom, but I wasn't quite getting there. I wasn't, it was just like there's a massive wall in the way because I was like, how do I do this? Yes. But no, that's where you guys come in. I found your account on Instagram, reached out to you. Sure enough, it's the best community, the best support and help I've ever had.
I love it.
In any job. That's not just online. In any job. It's really cool.
And it's good because obviously you live in Perth, so there's a lot of people here with our students, so we hang out and we get food, we get drinks, you get to be a part of that. That's a big benefit for you because you're local, but we do that all across Australia, which is super cool. And so you were starting off with Shopify dropshipping, stores and ads, you were doing that on your own through YouTube.
I was. Okay. And although it gave some really good facts, They were too good to be true. Yeah. There was quite a few things that, it said, oh, you'll get results overnight and this will happen. Yeah. And it's like, sure. But even in the back of my mind, I was like, is this, I've never had any doubt with Ecom Boss. I've literally never had any doubt.
I love it.
As soon as I've spoken to you, realised you were not a bot.
Believe it or not,
yeah. It was, really cool.
That's cool. And you know this, but for some of the people who are maybe new to the channel, we have a very different way of doing e-commerce. And so building Shopify stores and running ads, like that stuff is great and you can make a hell of a lot of money with it. Ask some of our advanced clients. But the biggest thing is that when you're a beginner and you're starting out, building a Shopify store and running ads and making money that way, like all the gurus tell you to do, it's nowhere near as easy as they say. Because it's not just build a store and run some ads. It's you have to learn 18 different skills all at once and get good at every single one of them and risk your money at the same time on ads.
Yeah, that's right.
And don't worry, you'll make all your money back immediately with your first day, right? It's not how it works. And so with our beginners, we teach you, and we're going to get more into this as we go through Jess's story, is we show you how to go out there and do it organically. And so if you want to make $3,000, let's just say, $3,000 in profit in a month with your e-commerce business, if you have a Shopify store and you're starting out, you might need to do 9, 10, 12, 15, 20 grand in sales just to maybe make that amount in profit because of how expensive ads are.
Yeah,
and if you're not good, well then you're not going to be making any profit.
Yeah.
So what we do with our beginners is we show you how to do it on free platforms like Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Etsy, platforms that are free on your phone that don't require you to do anything other than know how to find good products and know how to put them in front of customers and make them buy. And then once you've got sales coming in, you can now do what you're doing. Now you're getting into the stores and ads. You're going to have a way better chance of succeeding.
Yeah.
Because you have the cash flow and you have the experience.
Absolutely.
And so walk me through, you've been making an absolute killing on Marketplace. Tell me about what it was like going from stores and ads and having that wall in front of you couldn't break through to making money and sales on Marketplace.
So, okay, perfect. So on Facebook Marketplace, I was very, very distrustful at first. I was like, oh, that's just for my social. I don't really know how to, communicate with customers. And that's a very one-on-one with the customer. So, you kind of have to use your skills and in my case, I'm quite a big extrovert, so that part was okay. But you really have to communicate with the customer as well. But Facebook Marketplace, like anything, it's, consistency is the key. I felt you have to, list the products every single day for the, to show results. But when the results came in, it was like magic. Like there's so many people like for different products, not just the one product, for so many different ones.
Yes.
And there was, they all were there for the same reason. And the skills I've learned from Ecom Boss, like the mindset training, the skills for, upscaling, all that kind of stuff. It was really, really cool for Facebook Marketplace. And it just really happened overnight for me, the Facebook Marketplace side of things.
Yeah.
So really, really cool.
And it's cool because as well, most people don't realize is that literally free avenues like Facebook Marketplace, you're going from opening a Facebook and just looking at memes to like, I'm also going to open my Facebook, still look at memes, but I'm also going to, oh crap, I spent $200. This is awesome. You didn't have to pay any money on marketing. You didn't have to pay for any software or anything. It was just you followed the system, use the templates we give you, and then, money's appeared. And
exactly.
Most people don't realize you can do that.
Yeah.
Which I think is really, really cool. And so now that you're doing that and you're making money with Marketplace and eBay, so those are your two biggest platforms right now.
Yeah, that's right.
What are your goals moving forward as you go back into Shopify dropshipping and now sort of build that brand that you wanted to before but you couldn't?
Yeah, so my biggest goal right now for Shopify is just to be consistent. I feel like it's taken quite a while for me I'm a very creative person as well, so I'm a bit hard on myself with the whole aesthetics, it's supposed to look like this. But I've found that, with Emmett's help and with the mentors' help and whatnot, trying to really get the Shopify store looking good. And then we're going to launch very, very soon. So I'm very excited about that. So my biggest goal right now with Shopify is just to launch it and get as many ads out there as I possibly can with the help of you guys. I'm sure
I love it.
You won't fail me.
It's one of the funniest things with being a creative is that you can have so much fun. You can create wonderful things, but also being creative can also be a massive downfall. And it's something that I've dealt with in my life because I went into business as a creative, which is oftentimes quite tricky. You tend to overthink, you tend to be really hard on yourself. And oftentimes, just because something's prettier or more artsy or you've got a really original idea, doesn't always mean it's going to work. That's what's really funny. And so oftentimes being a creative, you have to kind of put your creative side aside and focus on the boring work because that's the thing that gets you there. Which I think will be good. And as well, we can do a follow-up once you've got your store live and sales are starting to come in. And we had one of our guys, Chris, who started his store recently. He's done over 85 grand in sales.
Wow, really?
Which is crazy. Yeah. And if you are on the YouTube channel, that interview will be live now, so you can go ahead and check that out. 85 grand in sales already as a beginner. And so with you, just taking the products that you already know work on Marketplace and just doing the boring work, trying to get too creative with it, we're gonna absolutely crush.
Yeah.
And so from there, I guess the goal would be to scale that store up and then potentially lower some hours at work and go more into the arts and
absolutely. That's kind of what we want to do. Yeah, I think with the airport, although it's a really good source of income and a social, it's more something I want to push to the back. And ecom wants like that. I want ecom to be my new main source of income.
Yes.
And I'm sure with Shopify being launched very soon, that will definitely be the case.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. I'd love to know, because there's a lot of people who are probably watching, they're thinking about getting started online, but they may be a little bit skeptical about joining an online program or getting a coach. Like you said, like usually if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah.
So I guess what was it that was different about, say, what we do and your experience coming to our program versus seeing all the other stuff online?
So the biggest difference, and this was very specific to Ecom Boss when I found you guys on Instagram, it was very kind of specific to your students. You showed the results. That's what everybody else didn't do. They said, oh, I'm a millionaire, I can do this overnight and it's really quick, you can do it as fast as you can. Yeah, but where's your results?
Yeah.
I didn't see any students' results. I didn't see any, even the comments on the YouTube videos, like, oh, well, I didn't do this properly, so how'd you do it? And there was no response, there was no help. But with you guys, you had your students on your Facebook story telling us how awesome it was and showing the results. And it's just consistent. So actually seeing the results and seeing real people go through this was a huge deal breaker for me. It was really, really, that's what made me join Ecom Boss, 100%.
I love it. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's something that we're really proud of. I think that there's so many programs out there and it is very, very hard for most people to be able to cut through the noise and figure out what's real and what's not. And the only thing that you have is results.
Yeah.
And so if you're talking to a guru or coach, it's totally fine. If you don't like me, if you don't want to work with me, that's totally cool. Get a coach out of the way, but ask them, show me your results. And if they show you 3 results, that's great. But say, I want to see 30, 300.
Yeah.
Like, where are those? And so if you go to my Instagram, which will be linked below somewhere, if you see the highlight bubbles, you'll see, results, clients. You can go through, there's thousands of screenshots in there that you can go through. And there's no repeats, right? These are not people that I've just posted 300 times. These are individual results and sales that you can see on there. And so it's that consistency to be able to show, like, here's a lot of people have gone through it, not 3 people got lucky on a sale,
100%, yeah.
And I guess like one last question on the program would be, when it came to, we have a course, we have one-on-one coaching, we have events, we have all kinds of stuff that we include. But what do you feel was the biggest thing that helped you go from being stuck to actually making money online and doing what you couldn't do before?
Yeah, look, the community with Ecom Boss has been outstanding. I think that's been my favorite part of Ecom Boss just entirely, because the support, which is 24/7 that I've got, has been amazing. My mentor's been very, very consistent with me, helped me through any roadblocks that I did have, and I'm a huge extrovert, so just having that time just to meet you guys in person, and you're always so responsive to the messages, it's awesome. It's awesome to have that unconditional support.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys are really cool with that.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Well, I guess one last question before we wrap up is, imagine right there, down the lens of that camera is you, back when you were going through YouTube, watching videos, procrastinating, getting stuck, getting frustrated, skeptical, what if it's real, what if it's not? If you're watching this video right now, what would you say to you before you started? Piece of advice, wisdom, what you wish you knew, what would you say?
Well, just touching back on the what we said before, I think if it looks too good, it's too good to be true. Yeah, I think that's really important. Like, you just gotta, trust your gut. And once you find the results, and that's so important to actually have the results in front of you before you join a course. But with this, you got them. Like, there's results left, right, and center.
100%.
And I'm proof of that. Like, you got.
You are. You're right here.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you were watching that and you're like, you know what, I do want to make a start, and I don't want you to advertise me or tell Emma I'm great. Like, it's not about me. If you're talking to yourself right now, what would you say is probably the 1, 2, 3 first important steps that you think they should take?
Yeah, I think the first important step to take is just to actually just reach out. Just make that leap. I know it's scary, and starting something new is always a challenge. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you put in the work and you reach out, you're already 10 steps ahead. You're already succeeding.
I love it. I love it. Well, you're amazing. You're going to absolutely crush it. We're going to have to do a follow-up in a few weeks, a few months when you've got the store up and running. And we go even deeper on how that went, lessons that you learned, things that are working well for you. And for those of you watching, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope we kept you entertained. And if you have any questions for Jess, put them in the comments. I'll make sure she circles back and checks them out. And we'll see you in the next one.